Hey, I'm so glad to see you. It's Mickey Mikeworth. If you haven't been here before, I teach on prosperity mindset, and we have classes, we do all sorts of things. And today we're really going to focus on some language again. And that language is the part of getting yourself into prosperity mindset. It's tricky. And it means that you have to do all of these things, but you can't unwrap them all because it's quite a big gift. But we can kind of focus on something for the day, really get in and start writing our notes. For those of you who are getting this video because you're in class, you get to see me live. And that's always my favorite way to see you is live. If I can't see you live, I'll take you right here on YouTube. That's what YouTube is for. And oh my gosh, now we've had like 90,000 hours of people checking in. So thank you for taking the time to be here. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to talk about something that's really a big deal, which is surrendering urgency. And it is a hazardous pattern where everybody is stuck in this pressure cooker of that everything is significant, everything has a consequence, that we're on this perilous, full steam, go ahead piece of energy. And we get this stuck a lot because all of these people are talking about find your passion and go, 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 go. If you're not using every time, whatever. What they forget is that we're here to build peace. And constantly feeling that you are in peril or crisis or that there is pressure all the time, it robs you, it depletes you of the things that you are going to need to be strong and intelligent and able to move forward. The consequence of always having a consequence is that you lose the things that are the richness of prosperity. And that prosperity is that you stop paying attention to peace. What is peaceful for you? And your only job every day is to say, how can I be well within? How can I be well within? What do I need to be well within? And to do that, you have to surrender urgency. And what that means is that you have to really start negotiating. And that's self-possession. So what that means is that I'm going to possess my highest S self, that I am going to really be within my own body, in my own thoughts, my own pattern, my own lane, my own process, my own sense of purpose. That there is an urgency that is needed for the world. And when we are in deep crisis, we need that. When there is a hazard, we need urgency. But for the very most part of our life, we have to surrender urgency because there is something greater that you will receive. And that surrendering urgency, the thing you will get back is your heart. You will get back the things that are meaningful. You can weigh out, take a breath, and you can start to really have willpower again. You can have your sense of purpose again, and you can feel grounded in your own lane, your own life, what you are doing. You have to stay focused. And in order to do that, you have to surrender all of this media, all of this other stuff that says urgent, 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 and really slow it down and focus on your own peace. What makes your heart feel peaceful? How do you feel fulfilled? How do you feel about maybe some words? And sometimes that's asking a different question. Am I capable of doing this thing? Am I capable of doing this thing? I filling my cup? Is my cup full? Because doing stuff for other people is important in our life. You need to do things for other people, but other people come second. You come first. And that hazardous pattern that everything is urgent. Oh my gosh, we gotta go, we gotta go. That piece of pressure, it is perilous. It will kill you. It is no fun, but it is also what robs you of the things that make you great. And don't confuse all of this conversation that people are having out in the media that says you have to do all of these things with your time. It's not true. You have to decide what are the things that are urgent in your life, because urgency, while it is the antonym of indifference and passiveness and deferring, it is the antonym of that. But the real question is, what are you deferring? Why are you indifferent? Why are you passive? And you can only get to those questions from surrendering urgency and saying, look, none of this is urgent. None of these things are urgent. None of these things are life threatening. You have to navigate how you're going to give yourself reassurance. And that reassurance comes from self possession. I am in control of my own life, my own thoughts, my own learning, my own feelings. And remember, all feelings are welcome, just not all behaviors are welcome. So you have to really connect a lot of the pieces when you're working on your prosperity mindset. And one of them is surrendering urgency. Your goal every day is to say, am I well within? What do I need to be well within? And start asking yourself different questions. And when you are feeling stuck and overwhelmed because everything in the world has told you that it's urgent and it's not, that you start depleting everything that makes you a fabulous resource, because you lose in urgency, you lose all of the things in crisis, because in urgency everything is a crisis, and it doesn't have to be. So take a breath and really surrender to the fact that most everything in your life is not urgent. But what you should be looking at is, what are the things that you are feeling really indifferent to? What are the things that you are passive on? And what are the things that you have an indifference to? Because indifference is the death. When you're like, yeah, I don't care, whatever, whatever, whatever. Indifference is what is robbed, what is created when we have all of this energy of subtraction, of everything being urgent, is you lose all of that energy, and then everybody becomes indifferent. And that right there is the cost. So you have people that check out. You just check out, because if everything is urgent, you just check out. And there are many parts of our lives that we have checked out on because there's not enough energy. There's not enough energy to be fully embodied into the life that you actually want. So surrendering urgency is my offer. It is a practice. It is sometimes I can only do it like a couple of hours at a time. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to surrender urgency. And I have to constantly renegotiate with myself the reassurances that I need to be able to surrender urgency, because I have to be in self possession. I have to be in possession of who I am and what I'm doing. And so do you. And to do that, to be in self possession, you have to be spending time with the self. You have to hold the self in esteem. right? We hold our highest self, capital S self, in esteem. It has value, and I must possess the person that I am. And in order to possess the person that I am, the heart of who I am, the sense of purpose of my life, these deeper, meaningful conversations, they can only come when we are at peace. And in order to be at peace, we have to surrender what other people think is urgent crises in our life. And we have to come inward to go, these are things that I don't want to be passive about, that I don't want to feel indifferent about, that I want to have a deep recognition of things that are urgent in my life. And that will change. That will change sometimes every day. Sometimes that will change every month. Sometimes that will change every year. So understand yourself. And again, a little note of going, wow, how many times am I feeling that something is a crisis or that has a lot of pressure on me or that something that has a huge consequence? How many of those things am I like my shoulders get like crawled up to my ears? How can I put my shoulders down and just enjoy the energy of my own life? If you are not enjoying your life, write down why. Look at why you're not enjoying it, because it is the greatest gift to you is your ability to change your mind. You can change your mind about how you see the world. You can change your mind about what you think is urgent and what is not. You can change your mind about how you feel about that pressure. You can change your mind. And in order to change your mind, you have to have self-possession. I am in charge of myself. Someone else isn't in charge of me. I am in charge of myself. And you are in charge of yourself and your pattern and your future. And that is beautiful. So thank you for even bothering to take some time to hang out with me today, because I think, this is my belief, that you being you in a healthy, wonderful, thoughtful way is beautiful. And it's worth fighting for. And I think it's worth fighting for because we need more peace in the world. And we need more peace within ourselves. And we need more people who understand their own heart. And you'll find that when you surrender urgency, you'll surrender a whole bunch of other stuff that isn't needed. And that is a process. And it's a process that we have to go through on our own. We have to, that you're coming here for support, but the work is interior. You have to do the work of getting to know what is in your heart. You have to do the work of knowing what brings you peace. You have to pay close attention to what you are feeling indifferent for, what you are passive on, and what are you deferring. Because when we look at what we're deferring, that really gives us what we should be paying attention to instead of all this negative stuff. So have a great day. Again, if you haven't subscribed, you should hang out here more often. If this has helped you, write it down. Put it in the comment section, because everyone else that wants to move forward reads your comments. It's important. All right. Thank you. Have a great day. And if I can't see you live in class, I like to see you here, but let me know you're here. All right. Bye.